So I thought I owned the tool to this, but I do not. And the customer wants me to rebuild this, and I told them that they're gonna have to wait. So I decided to basically grab my flathead screwdriver here. Some of you might say, well, that's a waste, but when I'm done with it, I could always re-weld it right back on. All right, so I found a 9mm socket here that will actually fit perfect right inside there. Perfect. As you can see, we're done. Next thing, you want to pour water on it, and that'll actually harden the steel. So I just noticed that when I was turning this, it's pretty loose in there. As you guys can see, it was a total success.
Life hack how to fill things without a fancy pump.
So your rotor won't come off, huh? Put some bolts in there. If your toolbox is all the way across the shop and the wrench barely doesn't fit, if you flip it twice, it'll stretch the jaws just enough.
Alright folks, how many of you have tried this one? Half-inch ratchet, half-inch extension, down to a 3/8, 3/8 extension, to a wobbly, to another 3/8 extension, and a crow's foot with an adapter to a socket going the other freaking direction. Because why? Because Jeeps, that's why. Jeep Liberty T-Case, the nuts spacing on the forward side, they're a pain to get off any other way. There are other ways, but I found this to be the easiest way. Now remember, righty loosey, lefty tighty. And yeah, need a little trick.
So I've worked on a lot of cars in my life, and I can count on one hand how many times I've ever had issues with exhaust bolts. I'm going to show you what I use. This is a heat valve lubricant. You get it from a Chevy dealer or wherever is the part number, and it sprays like a foam, and I'll show you. So when you spray it, it comes out like a foam, then it turns to a liquid, and it really penetrates really good. I've sprayed it on O2 sensors that was seized, and you would never think it would come out and spray it. Wait 30 seconds and boom, they come right out. This shit's like magic.
Wait. Before you grind off the head of those screws that you can't get, that are all mushroomed out and rounded off, try this trick. Grab your die grinder with a thin cutting wheel and just make a slice on the top for a flathead screwdriver. Find your screwdriver to match, and then that way you could twist it off. It might not look the prettiest, but you can still get them out. And then when you get them out, that's it. Gone. Keep on fixing.
Look here, I'm finna learn you up good. When you put a clutch and pressure plate in, you're supposed to get your flywheel resurfaced at the machine shop, but it's like 10 o'clock, the machine shop's not open. So, find a bolt that fits through your pilot bearing. Clamp it in a vise. Tighten the nut down so you can spin this. You can either spin it really fast by hand and take a piece of sandpaper and do that. But if you're kind of fancy like me, you got one of these things. It's a buffer, grinder, whatever you want to call it. You can get this somewhere spinning real good, boy. Then when you get that thing spinning like Mott Jesus, take a sandpaper, buffing pad, whatever you want to use, and just do all that good stuff. And she comes out more gooder.
So what's up, guys? Chevrolet X2. This is a back rim. It's got a little more shine to it because of the back lighting. But I want you guys to see something. Check this out. Just buffed this guy out with a drill, some Brasso, a couple rags. No light. Look at the reflection, dude. Check that out. all the way around. Look, you could even see the other Chevy.
Another mechanic hack for all you trailer mechanics out there. Easy way to change your airbag. First, you're gonna cut your bag open. Find that little hole right there. You're gonna use some step bits and drill that hole out. And then you'll hit the side with the air hammer, or it should just fall right out.
Well, boys, we just solved world hunger. Look at this life hack. You're trying to get wires in a loom, get you like a 9mm wrench, and it slides right in. Holy fuck.
You know when you're using a spray can, you can't get the angle just right? Get one of those little extension hoses and put a piece of wire in it. Grab a heat gun and warm it up. Make whatever shape you want and then pull the wire out, and then have at it.
When McDonald's thinks they're going to hold you hostage because they won't put a straw in the bag, you bust out the old fuel line. Anything to get her done, boys.
All right, I'm going to share an old mechanic secret on shackles and shackle bolts. The shackle is missing. It's right here, where your bolt is seized into the bushing of the shackle, which frequently happens. I got lucky here and it didn't. And that thing is not coming out. So if that's seized in there, you can go ahead and cut the head of the bolt itself off. So this is stuck in the shackle. It's not moving. You're going to put some washers on here to use as a spacer. And then you're going to tighten that nut down, and it's going to draw and pull that bolt out of the shackle that way, or the leaf spring, either one. And as it starts to pull it, you can undo the nut, because it's not going to spin, because it's stuck in there. And then you're going to add more spacers and spacers until it's to the point where it is starting to spin in there, and you can drive it right out. That is a great way to loosen up a seized up bolt without torching it or rebushing your leaf springs or shackles.
You're telling me I've been doing it wrong this whole time? This whole time.
Now take the sticky note and just go right here over the exhaust. Just like that. Press as hard as you can. And then, as you can see, you have the circle there. And you can take your piece of paper and just gradually, just like that. And look at that. It's a perfect fit. So my lug nuts on here are on there tight. I cannot get them off. So I went ahead and did my best to cut the wheel all the way around. And I just finished it. So I think we can take this wheel off now. Oh, there we go. Sweet. I feel so stupid. I just realized that this wheel is aluminum and not steel. No wonder the grinder is taking a hard time to get through this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that I just did that. I don't even have a welder to weld that back. I'm gonna have to think of something else actually. So the customer wants me to basically deattach the transmission so that I can pour transmission oil into it, slap it back together so we can put up in the vehicle. We're gonna use an old railroad tie, actually 3 bolts. We're gonna take a Rufus 100. Now that we did a good job welding that, add the railroad tie. So we wanna go ahead and lower this just about 1/2 inch. Right now that we got our railroad tie on, we're gonna go ahead and throw a bead of weld right there. Now that that's done, all right, now that we're ready to go, this is a Christopher Columbus. He used this when he was sailing the ocean blue, like this. All right, look at that. Loosen that bolt right up. You can see it's turning it, perfect. And there you guys have it. And as you can see, the bolt is off, and we have our mechanism here, and we removed that bolt. So I'm very excited, and I know the customer will be too.
So, had to wash my Snap-on coat the other day. Got it all nice and cleaned up. But I can't find my battery pack for it. But I want to show you guys something. This is Snap-on coat, right? Electric coat, heats up. Got the arm warmers and the hand warmers, all that fun stuff. Huh? What's this say? Get it the right way. Milwaukee M12. Look. Bink. Oh no. Yep. Focus. I don't know what to tell you there.
Guys, let me show you what this does right here. You see that? Watch this. Let it run for about 15 minutes and you'll see what it does. Now you tell me, what do you think? Clean, huh?
A mechanic life hack: instead of using all these wrenches to get into a tight place like this, you can use an air hammer with a flat bit and vibrate on the fitting. It'll walk it right off. There you have it.
Mechanic hack. This will help someone.
Shit.
Here we go. Sweet. Here we go.
This is an old school trick. We call it steaming your engine. If you have an old engine such as this Volvo with a couple 100,000 miles, you got a whole bunch of sludge buildup, this is how you take care of it. What you're going to do is you're going to drain what oil you have in there. There's going to be enough sludge in there that it's going to be fine. Fill your crankcase up to the full level on your dipstick with water. Then what you're going to do is you're going to start the vehicle up. You're going to run it at 2,000 RPM for 15 minutes. That water is going to become superheated and turn into a steam. And it's going to start breaking down all that sludge. Then you just drain it out and fill your crankcase back up full. Good as new.
Now here's a mechanic hack you need to know. So we've got a sump plug washer that we filled the engine up. It's a new washer, but this one's leaking, so we're going to replace it. And I'll show you how we do that without losing the oil. So this is the fill for the oil. Shop vac. Turn that on. You can undo the sump plug underneath while I'm holding this. Ready? Yep, go. Nothing coming out. As long as you keep that tight and sealed, you're able to change the sump plug washer and get it sealed back up and not have a drama. So that's all replaced without hardly any mess. Just one drop we had to wipe up. That's it.